Mathematicians don't like roots on the bottom lines of a fraction, and that's why you will be asked often in an exam, and it's good practice to rationalise the denominator. A surd is an irrational number. For example, root 5, it just carries on forever, 2.18, blah 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 blah. Irrational just means carrying on forever. And mathematicians don't like that to be on the denominator, which is the line below the fraction, the lower part of the fraction. The top line is the numerator, the bottom line is the denominator. So to rationalise the denominator, it means get rid of this surd on the bottom line. How do we do that? To do that, you need to know one major thing about surds. What is root 5 times by root 5? In another video I've gone over this, but the answer is 5. To get rid of a surd, therefore, you have to multiply by that surd. To get rid of this surd on the bottom line of the fraction, we have to multiply by root 5. However, unless we're going to change the fraction, we have to multiply the top line by root 5 as well. We have to do the same thing to the top and the bottom of the fraction, otherwise we change what the fraction is. So times by root 5 to get rid of the root 5 and times the top by root 5. 3 times root 5 equals 3 root 5, and root 5 times root 5 is 5, as we've seen. And there we go, we've rationalised the denominator. The bottom line is now a rational number, 5. Let's try it with a different expression. How about if we had, let's see, 18 over root, let's see, 18 over root 6, yeah, 18 over the square root of 6. How would we rationalise the denominator? To get rid of that root 6, we have to times by root 6. And we can't just times the bottom, we have to times the top. So we times the top by root 6 as well. What does the top become? 18 root 6. Not 18 times by 6 or anything else like that, just 18 root 6. And root 6 times root 6 is 6. This time we can actually simplify this. 18 divided by 6 is 3. So this becomes 3 root 6. Sometimes in the exam they'll ask you to rationalise and simplify a fraction. And there we are, we've done it. Now we're going to try one more, but this time we're going to have to not only rationalise the denominator, but simplify the surd after. And I've done a different video on simplifying surds, but if you haven't seen it, you'll see how to simplify surds. How about we do something like, let's see, 24 over root 32. 24 over root 32. You might be thinking, okay, well, surely the same process, and you're right. We'd have to times by root 32 to top and bottom. Times by root 32. Oops, root 32. Now the top becomes 24 root 32. You just write it side by side. You don't work anything out. And the bottom becomes 32, just like in the previous questions. But this time we can simplify not only the numbers but also the surd. Let's start with the numbers. 8 goes into 24 and 32, so let's divide by 8. We now get 3 root 32, because 24 divided by 8 is 3, over 4, because 32 divided by 8 is 4. Let's just write divide by 8 so you can see what I did. So we have 3/4 of root 32. Are we done? No, because we can actually simplify root 32 using the method of simplification. Root 32 can be simplified by finding a square number, the biggest square number, which goes into it. I can see 16. 32 is 16 times 2. So root 32 is root 16 times root 2, and root 16 is 4. That's how you simplify surds. Root 32 becomes 4 root 2. To recap, we found a square number, the biggest square number, which goes into 32, which is 16. We know that 32 is 16 times 2, so root 32 is root 16 times root 2, and the square root of 16 is 4. So root 32 becomes 4 root 2. Now what happens? Well, we have 3 times 4 root 2. Remember, root 32 is now 4 root 2. And what is 3 multiplied by 4 root 2? 3 times 4 is 12. So it's become 12 root 2. All of this equal, the top line equals 12 root 2. Notice how the root 32, I swapped it with a 4 root 2. And so we had 3 times 4 root 2, which becomes 12 root 2. Still divided by 4. Finally, 12 divided by 4 is 3. We don't divide the root 2 as well. So just 12 divided by 4 is 3. So the answer is 3 root 2. Throughout this whole video, the thing that I want you to learn is to rationalize the denominator. Simply multiply the top and bottom of the fraction by the same root. Then you can usually simplify the numbers, and sometimes you can even simplify the surds using the method of simplification.